Hello, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing a wee video just after the Claymore show in Edinburgh. So Edinburgh is a show I've been to the last few years and been to for a couple of times before COVID. Uh, a bit of sad news. I never knew the gentleman personally, but sadly Derek Hodge, I think, is heavily involved in organising Claymore. Sadly passed away a couple of days before the show. So that's worth noting and marking. But anyway, Claymore. So Claymore is in Edinburgh. I say in Edinburgh, it's on the outskirts of Edinburgh. So don't know how easy it would be get to if you were just relying on public transport. It's also Edinburgh during the Fringe Festival, which it's called the Fringe Festival, although it's the main festival, Edinburgh Festival now. It's and Edinburgh just gets really busy. So I try to avoid Edinburgh during the Fringe as much as possible. But it's in a college on the outskirts of Edinburgh, and it'd be worth, well, I'll point out this is probably one of the nicest venues I've been for Wargames show. There's another really nice one, which was Penrith. There's like I forget what it's called now, kind of a service station events place just on the outskirts of Penrith. That's lovely as well. But you see these lovely arches and stuff. So two rooms, and I know people did make the same mistake I did. I didn't realize it was two rooms. So you've got this kind of atrium hall area, and then you cross outside through a courtyard, and then you've got like a gym hall, and then another wee bit, which is always, I think, too dark, the bring and buy section. Certainly, I made the mistake of not knowing where the other hall was the first time I was there, and I know people did this time. So, put something on to the show organisers for future, maybe there's a bit of signage or make that a bit more clearer. So this is main hall. So you've got some games in the middle, traditional sort of war games set up with trade stands around the outside. This is a sort of gym hall. If you've been to a war game show in a school before, you'll be familiar with gym halls and war game shows. This is just another look at the atrium area. We meet up as a war games club. We always kind of head up individually or in groups, but middle of the day, we always have a meet up, a cafe, have a coffee, get some food, have a chat about what we've done, what we've seen, what we've bought, projects we might be starting as a club. And this was my thought to just say we'll be stood here at 12:30 if we want to meet up and then go and get some food. So let's look at the tables. I started off with my friends with the Guruk War Game Show. The other thing I like about the Scottish shows is Scotland's. There's loads of people floating around that I don't know, but there's loads of people floating around that I do know. So I spend most of the day chatting. So I'm either buying stuff, looking at products, or chatting to people either at the tables or in the corridors, outside bits around the tables. So Guruk is a very local club to me. Sadly, because of work commitments and stuff, I kind of missed going. Now I've set my own club up in Glasgow. Um, this was like a modern game Sabre Squadron, I think it was. Sort of a British Army on the Rhine. Well, actually, this was a West German army defending against a Soviet attack. Game of Jutland, which is naval games always look cool. I'm not sure how much I enjoy naval games. I played some Nimitz in the club, another sort of naval game. Didn't quite get the details for this one. World War Two. I think this was Battle Group, which there's a couple of Battle Group games actually on in the show. This was a stunning board, and it's 40 millimeters, I think. I didn't quite get the details of the scenario. The guys running it was really busy. So French versus British, some sort of British landing, a fort, massive reinforcements marching, a couple of tall ships out at sea. It's a blurry photo, I know, but you can see this whole column of French marching through the town behind it. Glorious table to behold. Cowboys. We have some cowboys we play in the club as well. A bit of fun. So I think this is that battle group game again from a different angle as I've walked around the show. I think it was British versus Germans in a Normandy type setting. Yeah, this you see here this massive ship in the front. Yeah, just such a glorious table. There's always in the Scottish shows for sure. There's always some of the clubs running some small skirmish games, sci-fi games. This was one of the brightest tables there was. Again, some sort of science fiction game. This was fantasy one-page rules, St. Aidan's Wargames Club. I was like having a night with the St. Aidan's guys. Ian MacDonald, Flags of War, Border Reavers. Sadly, every time I passed by, Ian was busy. I was wanting to chat about Border Reavers. Probably, I'm not a massive fan of skirmishy games with a handful of miniatures, but I lived in Carlisle for 3 years, and the Border Reaver is something that interests me. And actually, I've just been listening to him on the Archer Gamer podcast, so I just thought it'd be nice to say hello. But like I say, he was busy. I don't like put myself in conversations. Just of Resolve or the Ruzzers, we've picked up as a club. We've not played it yet. This was the precursor 1066 Vikings versus Saxons from our friends at the Phoenix Wargames Club in Glasgow. They meet on a Monday night. This was probably my favourite table of the day just because I'm really interested in the period and it's something me and my friends are going to be doing. This was Singapore World War II game, and this was Chris Brown's Stupid Projects in 28mm. Always puts on a lovely table. This is put by another friend of mine. So this is Glasgow and District Wargames Club, meets every other Sunday. This is put on by Rab Taylor, who does a lot of, and with help from other people, of course. Rab does a lot of work with the Covenanters, Loudon's Regiment reenactment group, and he also comes along to history talks we do at the SEVC hub, the charity, a military veterans charity I'm a trustee for. So he actually brought this along to test run it at our D-Day Games Day as well. So that we did, which was really good to see again. An arena game where you could pick your gladiator and put them off into the arena. I've got a load. In fact, I've now got over 200 videos, which is cool. But I've done a load of gladiators myself. So one day I will do some sort of gladiator game. But I want to do gladiators. I want to do some sort of game campaign where you are running the school of gladiators. So it's a bit more of a campaign than, say, one-off games. This was Tradeston Wargame Show. I think some sort of 30-year wargame. I think a similar sort of thing to what they put on in Carronade. This is really an eye-catching game. World War One, World War One, and it's sort of the German swing through Belgium into France. Really bright, vibrant board. A bit closer there. Certainly, Paris was a key objective on the battlefield. This really interesting. Carlist Wars in Spain. This was What a Tanker. Again, really busy all day, but I didn't really get a chance to engage with people running it. Again, this was an air war game, World War One dogfighting. Again, really popular. Didn't really get a chance to chat to folks about it. Rapid fire, good to see some rapid fire on the board. We've been playing it a lot in the club. 15 mil, just using Flames of War bases with a few adjustments. We've really enjoyed it so far. Something nice and simple, easy to pick up. In the club, we like fast play, simple games with tactical nuance, but we can get on the table, have fun with, and rapid fires ticks the boxes for us. That's not to say we can't do other ones. So the hall, so that my hall, well, not the halls at the place. This is what I bought today. So I went with set budget, and actually for the first hour and a half, I didn't buy anything. So what did I buy? So we got some 10 mil Pendraken Samurai buildings. So Grand Battle Scale's going to be entering my life soon, so I thought I'd get some buildings. There is from the Perry miniatures there in the middle, the Richard III coming out of the car park diorama. A couple of buildings, a couple of quid each, North African buildings from the Bring and Buy. Like I say, we're doing 15 mil Desert War rapid fire. But I've also got some modern African stuff, so that'll fit in there, £2 a piece. The box of French line infantry, that's for a friend of mine. He's going to be converting them up into Swiss. We are going to be refighting the battles of the Peninsular War and big games coming up. So he's going to polish off his Swiss. Don't know if you see there's some transfers from Pendraken. That's some Romanian transfers. I've got some Romanian infantry and some tanks for that. 15 mil. Got some more of the ferro paper for my magnets. And there's some rocky outcrops there you can see from the company that does the magnets. I picked up from the Bring and Buy urban Flames War bases for £5. There were some really nice, easy company figures from Battle Flames of War, US paratroopers, which I thought were available. Somebody was actually discussing them. I was so close to getting them. Got 15 mil paratroop army, would have finished off nice. Wargames Illustrated. Now I didn't get that from the show. It is released today. I'm doing 15 mil Vietnam at the moment, so that was right up my street. No, I had 20 quid spare, so I popped into Tesco to get some beers and managed to find it on the shelf. The Corey Tani. I bought myself some packs of Paddy Fields. So I'm doing Vietnam at the moment, 15 mil Vietnam, so they'll get painted up for that. They'll also do for terrain for the Samurai. Found myself a box of Confederates. You might have seen I've got the Battlefield in a Box pair of miniatures. It's all there, and it was a tenner from the Bring and Buy. Cold War Commander. There's a bit of interest starting to appear for doing something Cold War Gone Hot with the new Team Yankees, so I thought I'd get that and check that out. And those were the two beers I got from left here for tonight. I do like my North French Belgian beers as well. So there you go, the Claymore show. It felt quieter than it had in previous years. Certainly, the trader numbers were down, and I'd spoke to a few people. Books. A lot of us had gone wanting to buy some books. Helly and Company were there last year, like Caliver Books, and the other guy that sells lots of books. So they were sorely missed. Actually, when I was leaving Carronade, the guy that sells a book, I forget his name. I was thinking, you've got to be strong to be a bookseller at a wargame show. There's a lot of weight in carrying those books. Eagle Miniatures, actually, I really enjoyed chatting to Eagle Miniatures last year at Claymore. So I've got some broader thoughts about wargaming shows, which I'm going to share in a video or two. We left about 2:30. Certainly, Carronade, we managed to stay till about 4 o'clock. Helped by the painting competition at Carronade, and get back up the road. Good day out, yes. Bit quiet in previous years, I think, yes. Obviously, we had some bad news at the start of it yesterday. It's always good meeting up with people in wargame shows. You know, Scotland's quite an insular scene for wargaming. Definitely be back next year. I've sort of book annual leave around the Wargame shows in Scotland to make sure get that. I know there's Kiwi Muir as well, not being. But anyway, Claymore, if you're out and about in Scotland, maybe as you're coming up for the Fringe, you can get a day off visiting Claymore Wargame show. But anyway, that's enough for me. Hope you're having a good time at the moment. Hope you managed to visit some Wargame shows this year. If not, the season's still running on. Maybe you can get to some. I'd love to hear what you think about Wargame shows, what you've been, all that sort of stuff, especially on the other videos I'm going to do. But anyway, that's that for now. I look forward to chatting to you in another video. And yeah, as my joke of the day was as the werewolf social media asks you to do, like and subscribe. Anyway, bye for now. Bye.